Hey, crafty babes, it's Andrea, and we're here to chat about all the ways we live our craftiest lives.
And I'm Alyssa, and we're here to inspire you to craft in a way that works for you.
Welcome to the next episode.
Yay!
We are so excited you guys are here. We have had so much interaction in the Facebook group. So if you don't know, we have a Facebook group, Hey Crafty Babes. We would love for you to join us there if you're not already. And we just wanted to quickly say thank you for the support and hashtagging when you're listening or watching. And
yes, we love
just letting people
that.
know. We really do. And we'd also like to just, if you wouldn't mind, go and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and a written review on iTunes so that our podcast becomes more searchable and just, we really want to grow the Hey Crafty Babes community. So if you would do that for us, we would be ever so grateful, and we will get started on the show. We have a couple of fun things to talk about. One of the things that we're going to start with is a question that we got after we did our last episode about all the crafty questions that you guys had for us.
Yep.
So, Alyssa, maybe you could read the question and then we can give an answer.
You got it. Okay, let me find it in my notes. Okay, got it. Okay, so we forgot to write down who this is from, but
we did. I'm so sorry.
How do y'all manage your photos, and how do you transfer them from your phone to your computer? I've had my phone crash on me before and lost all the photos that were in it. I know there has to be a better way. I have an iPhone and a Windows 10 computer. Thanks.
Cool.
So yeah, I think that we all exact same setup. So why don't you kind of address your process so that hopefully no more photos get lost? And
it makes me feel so sad.
It makes it so much easier when your photos are easily accessible and organized and alive and not dead.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we use a similar process as far as how we organize our photos, but getting them to and from the phone to the computer actually is a little bit different for me than what I used to do, because my computer's a little bit old, and so my phone isn't being recognized. Well, the folders on my phone aren't always recognized when I plug into my computer. Mm-hmm. So normally what I would do is I would use a lightning cable and plug in USB to phone, and then the phone opens up like a hard drive and it shows me the DCIM folder, and then from there it has like Apple folders that it puts all of the photos in. Well, recently my computer has not been recognizing that. It pulls the phone open, but then it doesn't say that there's anything in it. So I was getting a little frustrated and not really wanting to spend a lot of time troubleshooting. And since we had to just upgrade my Google Drive, the space on my Google Drive, so that we could host the podcast, stuff on it, I had all this space I was paying for. So what I decided to do instead was I decided to just upload my photos to be edited into Google Drive and then take them from Google Drive and download them back down to my computer. Well, let me correct myself, to my hard drive. I actually don't store any photos on my computer. I use a external hard drive, which I then copy about every 6 months or a year. I get a new hard drive and I copy everything that's on that, and then, over to the old one. Well, I guess I copy it over to the new one so that I have the backup, put that one away, and then I'm using the new fresh one.
You get a new hard drive every 6 months to a year?
About every 6 months to a year.
What do you do with the old ones?
I just store it. I have 5 external hard drives over there.
What's going to happen when you're 80?
I don't know. I'm going to have 80 scrapbooks and 80 external hard drives.
What? I guess I don't understand why you get a new one every... Do you fill them up?
No, they don't always get filled up. But what happens is I'm always afraid that they're going to die. And the best practice is if you think that doubling up on your backups is enough, you need to have 3, because you always need to just need to have more. So, they're on my phone, they're multiple copies on the different hard drives, and then they're stored on the Google Drive.
Huh.
Yeah. So just in case there's anything that happens to one of them.
Sure.
There's always a backup. And there's like a rule or something. It's a very technical, techie rule about storage. And it's something about like doubling, or if you think that one's enough, you need to have 3. There's something weird. I don't remember what it is, but it is like, be extra safe.
Okay.
With your hard drives. So that's what I do. And then I take those. This is the part that we have similar.
Yes.
Is that we take the photos from there, and we have our photos organized by year, then by month, and then by week, and then we have like a print or a develop or some kind of folder of the edited photos, right?
And those folders are all inside each other. So inside 2018 are all the months, and then all the weeks
inside the month,
and then
Yep. Yeah, and then one tip too that we both do is when we make our monthly folders, we number them 01 Jan, 02 Feb, or your files will automatically go alpha order. So when you put the numbers in front, they show up in the correct calendar order.
And then, because then October, November, and December would be at the top.
Exactly.
Or, it would be mixed in there, whatever. But
exactly. Yeah. If you just did 1, 2, 3, it would go 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Yep. So that's why we do 01, 02.
Yep.
So it puts them first.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is kind of a process, and I do have a video on my process. If you just go to my YouTube channel, it's a print at home process, and it does include like how I organize and then what I do with the photos.
Yep.
So, and again, you and I kind of have similar processes.
From how we get the photos, like once they're on our computer, kind of how we get them to printed.
Yeah. And we make print sheets, and that's all covered in that video of mine. But yeah, I think that the best way for you, question asker, that's what we're going to call you. You're the question asker, is that, you can use the lightning cable to get, you're basically just using your computer as a vehicle to get the photos from the phone.
As a hard drive or something.
Either, yeah. And you can store, a lot of people do use their computers to store their photos, but that's not a permanent solution. I kind of want to stress that you've got to have either an online backup or another external backup in addition to where you think your, storage is. You got to have at least one more or two more places. There was something else I was going to say. I forgot. Darn it. That's okay. I think that's just really important that you have a backup.
And I use a digital backup as well as a hard drive, an external hard drive. So I do keep photos on my computer. I keep a year's worth at a time. I've got a little bit of upgraded storage space on my computer. I upgraded my hard drive a little bit. So I will keep 2018, and then I'll export the rest off. Or sometimes if I'm getting full, I'll export my RAW files from my DSLR camera because they're really big.
They're very big files,
export those off, but I use an online backup. If you have Amazon Prime has free unlimited photo storage.
I'm still going to start using that.
It's awesome.
It makes a lot of sense.
Because then I feel like I can have one hard copy backup, and if something happens to that, I will have my digital backup.
That's right.
And then, so what I do, since I have a Mac and an iPhone, is I have to use Photos, which is an app on the Mac that is synced with my phone. So all my pictures are automatically in this Photos app. And then
because it syncs.
Yes, because it's synced through iCloud.
Okay.
So then what I just have to do is I have to go into Photos, that app on my computer, and I have to select which photos I want, which is typically all of them for the month. I usually just take all of them off unless it's one I want to save on my phone or something. And I'll usually star that or flag it or something. And then I have to export them out of Photos. And what happens when I export them out of Photos is it doesn't save the date, the original date of the photo. So
yeah, you're running into that problem.
Yeah.
Dang it.
And I tried to do AirDrop and do it that way, and it still did the same thing. So then what I have to do from there.
Anybody out there knows how to solve this problem for her, she has to go and fix the date on every single photo that she puts on her computer. It's ridiculous.
So then what I do is I rename every file the date. because I don't know how to change the metadata. So I just rename every file the date, and then I, at the end, put a letter marker because I sometimes will have multiple photos for a day. So I'll do, 06, 18, 18A, 06, 18, 18B. It's very time consuming, but it's just the only thing I found.
That does not sound fun.
No. So once I have them all labeled, then I can drag them into the appropriate places. And then the one other thing I do that's a little bit different, especially because I handle my photos a lot. I'm looking at them a lot to get the dates on them correctly and stuff. And so I can't always remember what I've put on print sheets or what I'm going to use for my album or whatever. And so I'll right click when I'm making my print sheets using Photoshop, which is in your video. I will right click on the file, and then there's a little highlight circle, and I can pick red. And I just use that for saying it's been put on a print sheet.
Okay,
and then,
like a little category, like an indicator.
Yeah, so that way I know that photo has been put on a print sheet, and I took care of it. It will make it
finished.
Make it to the print sheet. And then I'll also do the same thing when I print out my print sheets. I'll put a red dot on them to say they have been printed out and they are in my physical possession. Because this whole process never happens in the course of one chunk of time. It's over a week.
Sure. Different phases of that process happen at different times. So you kind of need to know where you leave off.
Yep. And then if there's ones that I for sure know I don't want to use for the month, whether they're kind of duplicates or I just decide they don't go with the week or I don't want to put it in my album, I just flag it orange. And then that way I know that one's not in my album or it's not on a print sheet, and it's that way on purpose.
Yeah.
So it gets a little bit, I don't know, it gets a little bit crazy, but it's really, really helpful to just visually go back, especially if I'm missing a photo, and go, oh, it never actually made it onto a print sheet for whatever reason.
There you go. And then
I just thought of, too, the other thing that I do is once all the photos for the week, which is inside the month, have been taken care of, either put on a print sheet or I've decided I'm not going to print them, I then mark the week folder with the red dot.
Nice.
Same thing with the month folder, because then when I'm going back, I can just quickly see there's no photos left from August to print. There's no photos left from week 42 to print.
Got it. Okay. I wonder if Windows has something like that I don't know about. Yeah, possibly. It might be worth a look.
It visually is really helpful to just be able to quickly see at a glance without having to go through all my stuff in my scrap room and all my files and everything.
Yeah.
Because I am occasionally disorganized.
A little, sometimes. It happens. Well, I hope we answered that question. There are several ways to do it, and I think that either way, as long as you're doing it regularly. So I actually, every month, I've been trying to post a Retro Hip Mama reminder. And one of those things is I've been trying to help you guys remember to take your photos off your phone and do that process. Whatever the process looks like for you, I've been trying to help people remember to get their photos off their phone, do your process, get them printed. I know that that's very important, and it's important for me that you all do that too. So I hope that answered your question.
Question asker.
And question asker. And we're going to talk now about some fun projects and a couple of little crafty updates that we both have. And then we're just going to kind of chit chat about that for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what about you, girl? What you got going on?
Oh, well, I think both of us have the same project going on, and that is the 100 Days project.
Yep.
So we're both doing something a little bit different, but kind of the same.
Yeah.
So we're both doing the 100 Days of Bible Promises, and I'm working in mine a little less than you're working in yours because I've got another little project that I'm doing for the 100 days. So I'm also just doing 100 days of I didn't really know what I was going to do. I was kind of following along with Sue's Fish and her 100 days of scrap therapy. And it kind of turned into where I started making a junk journal and making daily lists, and then always including one of the beloved society girls from Illustrated Faith.
Fun.
Yeah, and that's been super fun. So junk journals have kind of been my thing lately.
Well, tell us more about these really cool junk journals that you're using.
Well, I'm using junk journals, but I'm also selling junk journal kits in my shop.
You have a shop.
Yay! So retrohipshop.com is where you can find the junk journal kits. There's two kinds of kits available. So one is just a basics kit where you're just getting like some really cool, fun, vintagey office supply type of things like the while you were out sheets and guest checks and library cards and pockets. And then like the basics to make a junk journal where you could add your own scrappy paper in it.
Yep.
And then I'm also selling a full junk journal kit, which includes all of the paper. So I'm curating scrap papers and stuff that you could use to make a junk journal. And then you can put your memories in there. You can put lists in there. You could just
your
leave
own ephemera, whatever.
Yeah, you can add little embellishments to it or whatever you want it to be. And then it can come with or without a vintage book cover that I give instructions on how to recover your book cover.
Yes.
And so those have been really, really fun. I've had them in my shop for a couple of weeks and people are really liking them and people actually started getting them in their hands.
Yay.
And I'm so excited to see them again out in the wild. It's really fun. So yeah, retrohipshop.com is where I'm selling the junk journal kits and it's been really fun.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great way to bust through your stash too.
Totally. Use a bunch of random stuff.
Exactly. So the other things that I'm working on are just my normal design team stuff. I've got some LE Studio stuff that just came out because this week released was April and Noteworthy. So I know that people started picking up their Noteworthy stuff today and it is such a cute collection. It is so cute.
I got a couple pieces from it. I was trying to be good.
You were good.
So I picked my very favorites and I'm really excited to get them in.
Oh my gosh, it is so fun. I've had it for a month.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to work with. And then the other things, I'm still kind of chugging along on my 6x8 weekly family album.
Yep.
That's kind of really too big for my book. I was supposed to be able to fit winter.
You need an extra wide
I know.
album.
Did you see my Chunky Monkey album? It was super chunkified.
Oh, it's thick.
Yeah, but it's good. And I'm thinking maybe I just kind of fill it as much as I can for I only have 2 more weeks of March. If I could just fit 2 more weeks of March in there, I'll be good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Might not be terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
so what are you working on?
I am working on 100 Days of Bible Promises. So that's kind
of
my
I'm loving your pages.
100 Days project, which I never really track 100 Days project because I have a hard enough time sticking with something for a week.
2 weeks. Same.
But the 100 Days of Bible Promises has been so nice because it's really short and succinct and it's easy to just throw some different things on there. I've been just using a lot of printables on sticker paper and washi and just keeping it really kind of simple. I made myself kind of a little, kit to use with it, but then occasionally I've been pulling from other things. So
of course,
it's pretty simple and easy. And I'm really excited to have it as a kind of a keepsake when I'm done because I had it spiral bound. I think it'll hold up really well like that. And then I can have this really cool thing to look back and say, oh, these are all these promises of God. So
yeah,
really excited about that one.
I've been loving seeing what you've posted, by the way. It's just, I love.
Thank you.
I'm loving all of the words that you're putting in and just how it's messy and together. And I don't know. I like when you post things.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah.
And then I've been working on finishing up my first 6x8 personal album that I started
it's almost
2
full?
years ago. It's almost full.
Cool.
And then I'm going to be switching to Traveler's Notebook because I'm just really digging that kind of smaller, more compact format. And then I'm only 2 months from being caught up on my family album for 2017. So I'm going to feel really good to just...
I'm right there with you, girlfriend. I haven't touched it since I started my 2018 album. I think there's a whole month even that I have not even prepped.
Not even done anything with. Yeah. It's the
I
batch
just have the
processing thing
photos.
is really helping because then I can just crank on cards and then crank on journaling and embellishments, and it's working really well. So
good.
I kind of am going through in phases, like whatever's out of my desk, I'll work on for a while. And then when I put it away and grab out something new, I'll work on that for a little while.
It's nice to be able to change up what you're doing, because working on the same kind of project every day or for multiple chunks in a row, it just kind of gets a little boring. So it is nice to be able to kind of put that aside, pull something small out, like the Bible promises or like a traveler's notebook page, where it can be done in a small setting and you don't have to set it aside and work on it in chunks.
Because it's so big.
Yeah, I agree.
So other than that, my other kind of two things that I've been doing is helping my mom set up a crafty area in her house, because
it's looking so good.
I know, it's so cute. She has a really cute, she's a really good interior designer, and she has a really good eye for that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to see what she makes when she starts, which I think she's gonna kind of start with a traveler's notebook for her trip to Ireland in the fall. So
trying to get a real fun group text going back and forth. She's like, what do I need? Do I need this? Do I need a cover? Do I need It was really fun. She screenshotted me her Amazon cart today, and I was like, don't forget, your birthday is in like a month, so don't buy Tell her not to get stuff.
I know. So
Wish list.
I nixed a couple things on her list for her to help her out. So
good.
And then my other kind of big thing that I've been up to is that I applied and was accepted to a design team for Kelly Bang's Creates.
Yay, more clapping.
So
woo!
Super fun. I saw it on Instagram one day and I was like, oh, I love Kelly's stuff. And
her stuff is so cute.
What I love about it is that it's digital, and digital is my jam right now. So I can print what I need. I can cut it up and manipulate it how I want, and it just works for me right now. So it's a really good fit, and we have a lot of really awesome girls on our team, some who do digital scrapbooking and some who do pockets. And so it's been a lot of fun so far to work with that, and I'm really excited to just be doing that. So
I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you got on that team, because her stuff is super cute. I've been promoting the heck out of her because I love when creative creators just get their stuff out and make big moves. And I really, really love her style and design. I think she's going to do awesome. I'm glad she's got all you awesome girls behind her.
It was really fun because this last week in our design team group, she was putting together a kit and she was like, what do you think of when you see this kit and what would you use it for? And we kind of gave her answers and stuff. And she said, oh, okay, I want to tweak this because this is a little bit more what I'm going for. And then she tweaked it and did some other things. And it was just, I don't know, I felt like we were all a part of the team.
Yeah, you feel like you're a team. Exactly. I love design teams that do that. And I'm on teams that do that, where they involve you as the designer, as the creator. You're going to be working with their stuff, and they know that you're the ones.
Use, or what would you create, or what would you,
Yes.
Because there's I don't remember. I think 16 of us or something like that. I could be wrong.
Quite a bit of you. Yeah.
And
it's a pretty good team.
So there's that's a pretty good sampling of the scrappy industry.
Yeah,
and so then it gives everybody a lot of different styles and ideas to be inspired from. And I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
So we're going to wrap up this episode and let you know that we will be taking just a quick break. Quick couple of week hiatus, and we'll be back in May. We just have some vacations, and it's just, we've had several episodes now. We're just, taking a little breather. And in that time, we would like to ask a favor of you.
When Andrea did a poll in her Instagram stories a couple weeks ago, we found out that our listeners and watchers, you guys, would prefer shorter episodes every week over our current format of longer episodes every other week. Those results were kind of...
About 80% of you just said you wanted shorter episodes more often. Yeah. So what we thought we would do is during this little break of ours that's going to be through April, that if we could get 20 new written reviews on iTunes and 20 new 5-star ratings, that we would start doing shorter episodes every week.
Yep. This is a really good way that you can support us and help the podcast. And like we talked about in the very beginning, it really helps get the word out for people that are searching for crafty podcasts, scrappy podcasts, whatever.
Yeah.
They will see us if we have more ratings and reviews and stuff like that. And we, we want to be seen because we
want to grow the community.
And we do. Yes, we love having all of you guys here, and us just talking to the air isn't anything. We love talking and sharing these things with you guys and hearing feedback and having conversations. And even though I'm pretty much the worst commenter on Facebook, and Andrea is holding us together with her mighty strength, we love that. That's what we're here for. We're Crafty Babes. Yeah. We're all Crafty Babes. And by doing these reviews and ratings, that's what really helps support us and kind of get the word out there for the podcast.
Agreed. So yeah, we could be doing episodes every single Friday for you guys if we can get those 20 written reviews and 20 5-star ratings. No 4 stars. If you like this show,
give us
5 stars. Come on now. Generous with your stars. But that is going to wrap up this episode. And again, we thank you for your support and for hanging out with us. Go join our Hey Crafty Babes Facebook group.
That's the place to be.
Yes, please. It's so much fun there. Lots of fun things, lots of fun threads and conversations. And then just make sure you're following both of us on Instagram because we both post some really cool things.
Yes, that's where we are most of the time.
Yeah, and now that Alyssa's on a design team, she's going to be posting a lot more craftiness.
Yay!
Yay. All right, guys, it's been really fun, and we will see you in May. And thank you so much for reviewing.
And watching. And listening.
And rating.
And rating. All the things.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.